All right, we're gonna jump back into this. Oh shit, it's still playing. So this is the second replay from Mr. Echo419. I've seen some of this one. My OBS crashed on me, so I had to restart. So there's some good things and some bad things in this game so far. Here's the first really bad thing. So there's already a cheeky SCV out there. You didn't even attempt to fight it. Well, I mean, you attempted to fight it with this drone. Make a decision right off the bat. Like, if you think you can poke it away, I'm all on board. Give it for a second. Try and get your natural down. You just pull the second drone. I don't like that. If you don't think you can do it, just literally move past it. Just take your third. Um, and once again, you make this weird play because this is where your vision is, but I just want you to take note of the opportunity, like the little opportunity you had here. Um, this SCV is now going in, and this drone is coming down. You could have easily just taken this one and plopped your hatch down, right? You could have taken this one, popped your hatch down. But you waited till this one got to your third, realized, oh shit, there's like another 6-7 seconds wasted. Um, I need you to break this habit for me really fast. Like this has got to change. When your gas geyser finishes, I need you to put 3 drones in as it finishes. I need you to get to 100 gas as soon as possible because I need you to start ling speed at an appropriate time. Once you start ling speed, you can pull out of gas. It's no longer that important for a little while. But this is really bad. Like we've got 3 larvae here. We really weren't producing anything. So you can get larva capped. If you have 3 without an inject, you're never going to produce another larva. So you really want to prevent that from happening. We don't want 1, we don't want 2, we want 3 in immediately. Under a normal macro game circumstance, like I mean, there's a little bit of variability with some maps, but ling speed should start at 2 minutes 10 seconds. If you go 17 hatch, 18 gas, 17 pool, some maps maybe started at 209, whatever, but 210 is your staple. You start yours at 223. That's 13 seconds delayed. If you are up against 3 Racks Reaper, which I'm feeling might be coming, um, absolutely you're screwed, right? You've just done more damage to yourself than your opponent could dream of right now. So one thing I really wanted you to get in the habit as well, this Overlord versus Protoss, you can be a little bit more cheeky and just send it blindly in. But versus Terran, you can't. Biggest reason, especially in Diamond, a lot of Terran players aren't confident with Reapers because they either just lose them or they don't want to spend the gas or their production suffers, their macro suffers because they focus too much on it. So many Terran players in your MMR just open up with Marines. And if you just blindly send your Overlord in without Overlord speed, 9 times out of 10 it's going to get sniped for free. So what I'd like to see you do, maybe come across here from the third. You can approach it from a different angle. Really what you want to do this early on is you just want to confirm that he's expanding or not. That's the biggest thing. And maybe he's expanding up here. Maybe you're going to misread it. But this is the easiest tell. By sending it in here, you just lose an Overlord for free this early on. Really, really not a great deal. Or really not a good deal for you there. So we're floating like a good chunk of money. Our pool is done. We have the gas. Or we don't have the gas, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Our pool is done. We're starting the queens. We have enough money. We should be sending a drone out. We should be starting our third. Doesn't matter if we're gonna play like an all-in aggressive build. Really, like in ZvT, you really want 3 hatches. You don't have to drone this, but for production reasons alone, there's not too many reasons why you want to skip a third. And okay, so we are gonna take it. This is right around the time where my OBS crashed, so this is starting to get fresh to me. Now you did lose this Overlord for free. Now here's the thing: you saw 2 Raxes, you didn't see the third, and you didn't see if he was expanding or not. But I don't know if you clicked it in your head yet. With your vision right now, you see the 1 Rax, and you do see the 2nd Rax. They're both complete. So if this was a command center first, and he's just walling in to be safe, you will see 1 Rax done at this point. And you'll usually see either a second or sometimes they go 3 Rax afterwards to defend it. Just depends. But they're in production. The fact that these are both complete and producing Marines right now, this he went multiple Raxes before command center if he even has a command center. So this is an immediate red flag. Take your third. You don't have to drone it at this point. I would go like 27 drones tops. Um, Maybe even you're only at 19 right now. Actually, I'd probably 23 drones, 23 to 27 in there, and just make lings and queens. That's all we really want because we don't 100% know what's coming for us yet, but we do know that this is aggressive. Okay, so we haven't we never fully saturate our gas. I'm this just bugs me. So our link speed's super late. So whatever's coming our way, we have to now fight on creep. We don't even have the opportunity to chase off creep even a little bit because we're screwed. So we need to be focusing queen production. We don't have a ton of money right now, but we can completely pull off gas because we don't have a lot of drones. All we need right now is minerals and queens. So this Terran player is going to go 3 racks Reaper after starting with 2 Marines. He should already be in your face with 2 Reapers right now and just continuing. Like 3 racks Reaper, how it's supposed to play out is death by 1,000 cuts. That first Reaper comes in and you can't really catch it. They do a little bit of damage, but then all of a sudden now there's 2 and now there's 3 and it snowballs out of control. Every time you lose a Reaper, it's a big blow. But what this guy's doing is saying, nah, fuck all that. I'm gonna wait till a reasonable time because 3:30 is the timing when Ling speed finishes. If you had started it at 2:10, so at 3 minutes 30 seconds, if he doesn't already have a good chunk of Reapers, it's a suicide mission. This is not a build order loss. You could have recovered this very easily because he played his own build wrong. And this is really where it's going to bite you again with the Ling speed. I don't actually know if it's going to make that big of a difference because of how delayed he is. But if you were going up against a competent player, your Ling speed would just be finishing now, but you would have been punished a lot more. These are just Lings for free. He's not going to kill that hatch. He's just not. We can move our queens. We can wait for reinforcements. Like, this hatch has enough health. 4 Marines are not going to snipe it down immediately. They're just not. By sending our Lings in like 1 by 1 in little groups like this, all we're doing is sending them in to die. We need to get like a critical mass. So our defense is already spread a little thin. We're not really doing a great job responding, and we're just losing more and more for free. If we killed 1 Marine for 6 Lings. Oh, and there's 2 more Lings for free. We got 1 more Marine. That's... Oh, and we're droning. This is... I don't think you have any real idea of what you're fighting. You really don't. And once again, you have no real map vision. Sure, this Overlord, I'll give you this. This is not the greatest time for it. Like, you're not really much of a risk, but fine. But what is this Overlord accomplishing? Like, you've got nothing in the middle of the map. Assume your opponents at this level are going to be coming down the middle of the map. They just are. Have an Overlord here, even if it gets sacked. Have a Ling. Have something. This just isn't cutting it. You already know. You've confirmed with your scout that there's aggression coming your way. Oh, we're just taking really poor trades. Why are we getting a layer? Why? We know there's aggression. All you need to do is make Lings and Queens. But I digress. Let's just... at this point in time, I'm gonna call you out. It's this is not a build order loss. This is completely just like when I think of a build order loss, I think, oh, I'm going Nexus first in PvZ, and my opponent went 12 pool. Well, I'm fucked. I can't really do much from that. He played his build horribly, and you had no clue what you were playing against. Your Obi died, and you just assumed, well, must be standard. Okay, if this, what I without knowing what I want to see at this point, just let's go home. We now know this is what it is. By staying here, the wall's up, right? These rallies, you can just change the rally points behind. You're just going to lose the lanes. You're not going to break through this. Third goes down. There's nothing we can do. We have to sack it at this point. Banelings, I mean, it's never rough. We can definitely do like a Baneling bust follow up. But you don't need Banelings versus Reapers. You don't need Roaches versus Reapers. You just need Lings and Queens. That is it. So all he did with his super incredibly late 3-Rax Reaper rush was pick off an incredibly wounded hatchery. This is okay. I love the fact that we're making a bunch of Banes. Under normal circumstances, I usually say make as many, like if you're gonna Bane bust, you know, make as many Banes as you have gas. But you don't actually have enough Lings at this point, at least not close. Like at this point now, you've got 10 Lings. I'm happy to see 9 Banelings, but we need more. Like these Lings need to be on their way. We got to get going here. No, we don't need the Broach Warren at all. We could just cancel it. We have the Lings and we have the Banes. So it takes 5 Banelings to bust down a depot. You know, like if you see the normal depot, Rax depot, if you just attack the Rax, the splash damage enough from 5 Banes will blow up both the depots at once. As a general rule of thumb for safety, if you think that they're going to be paying attention, which this Terran clearly is, because he knows he just picked a hatchery and he's gone back home, try and make 1 or 2 extra just in case one gets sniped on the way up. Like the idea of the follow-up is a good idea, but I don't know. Like I would like to see you a little bit more, you know, where you're at in the game, right? Like we've kind of once again half-assed ourselves. We're on 2 hatches, we lost our third, we have no drones. I understand that you want to go all in because it's really the option we have here. But we're jumping the gun a little bit. Like I would have loved to see like 1 more round of Lings. Like these Lings are running across the map. Like we've got nothing. These Banelings aren't done yet. He's got so many Reapers. He could just pick these off for free. It's just poorly coordinated. And at this point, it's just it's GG. Like we've got no army, we've got no third. We're sure we've got a couple drones, but like we've got no real tech, anything that's going to be useful to us. We've got 2 drones on a single gas, and we're for some reason trying to get a Roach Warren. And like, why are we going double gas? No, we don't need to. All we need to do, and we have the layer. Like, all we needed to do is keep 1 gas geyser fully saturated. We could have made enough Banelings. Roaches are not going to help even the slightest against this many Reapers. Roaches are slow and clunky. The only way you're really going to kill Reapers is with Lings so you can get the surround. And considering we're not taking a third, like we're so all in at this point. Like, why are we taking 2 more gases if we're not going to saturate them? I just don't get it. Yeah, we don't have enough gas to Bane bust him. We just don't. Now he can repair. We're gonna lose these. Like, yeah, we just threw away more Banelings for absolutely nothing. This is we're never gonna win this fight. When you're Baneling busting someone, it doesn't matter if they notice it or not. You need to go hard and go fast. If you're gonna punch someone in the face in real life, you know, the moment you wind up and you start taking that, you better commit, because if you go halfway and go haha just kidding, there's a really good chance you're gonna get knocked out. By showing him that you have 2 Banelings and go haha I'm gonna Bane bust you, just kidding, you're just throwing away money. You're putting yourself in a risky situation. You're not going to accomplish anything. You know, sometimes you just need to gamble, and that it is what it is, you know. And there's kinds of risks versus reward. You know, this is the kind of situation where you need to put it all on a number on roulette and just pray. That's it. You know, let's hope it's red, black, or it's number 12 or something like that. You're doing the kind of gamble where it's like driving without a seatbelt. There's no benefit. It's just risk. You're out of position. You don't have the army comp. Like, he's already got a planetary up. He's got a 4th on the way. Like, he was going to go into battle cruisers. He did his own build horribly. But once again, you had no map vision. You really didn't know what was going on. And you really poorly adapted when something weird happens. Diamond League, almost every game is going to be weird, and that we're going to have to work on staying level-headed, trying to get back on path. But with that being said, I apologize. These videos aren't up to par, up to snuff to what my old stuff used to be. I just started back in the game about a week ago, and I'm grinding back, and hopefully I can get back to the quality I used to have. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.